Look how crazy. Look at my Vitex tree. That's how heavy our rain was last night. It is split open, but boy, that is strong wood, right? It's not upright, but it gives a close-up of how gorgeous the blooms are. Look at that. Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Dawn, and as you can see, we have had torrential rains in the DFW area. But the plus side of that is everything is cooled off. It feels so nice. So I'm going to take this opportunity to clean it up and maybe get started on this floor that I have been talking about for 2 years now. And I just keep putting it off. But honestly, it has been hard to find a time where the weather will cooperate and be cool enough to let me be in here working. When it's nice and cool, I want to be out in the yard working, building new beds and that kind of thing, and not in the greenhouse. This is an unusual time of year that we got all of the projects done that we wanted to have done. And so now we've got this little cool front coming in. So I have got to take advantage of it. And if you have not been watching some of my previous videos, this is the filthy, filthy little stencil that I've been wanting to get onto the concrete floor. I'm going to be cleaning it up. And hopefully I have time to at least get 1 or 2 started, but I also have a few random yard projects that I want to get done. I have some great tips for you that are going to save you a lot of time in your garden. We're also going to be planting a couple of dragonwing begonias. They were on sale 2 for $8 at Green Acres, and you can't beat that with dragonwing begonias. They love the heat. If you're new here, I'm so grateful you're here, and I hope you'll consider subscribing, especially if you have watched several of my videos. I would love to have you as a subscriber. It does help my channel grow. If you're returning, I'm so grateful you're coming back. It means so much to me that you keep coming back. And please leave a comment. I love to hear from you guys, and I hope you guys will stay tuned, and let's go ahead and get started. Honestly, I think I'm in another race for weather because look at the skies. But if I'm in the greenhouse staying covered, I might be able to go ahead and get it cleaned up. Wish me luck. Maybe I should get this stuff in the yard done first. Hey y'all, look at these begonias. Gorgeous. And can you see how big they are? These were 2 for $8 at Green Acres. Most begonias can take our summer heat, and they actually can handle the drought as well. And I think because they're so pretty, we often tend to forget about them as being good summer plants. But what I've got back here is this high container that my little tree azalea sits in. And I definitely want to add some height to this area. And I also just need to clean this out because it has been neglected. My little tree azalea's roots are showing, and it needs a lot of dirt and a lot of care. So I thought this would be the perfect time. I can add something to it along the base, let it fill out. Since the azalea is not going to be doing much for me the rest of the season, I can add this begonia down here and it'll be a beautiful underplanting. This area sits under a huge oak tree and a huge cypress tree, as you can see here. It gets morning sun and afternoon shade, so it's really perfect for so many of my plants. I think anywhere you can add height in your garden, you should take advantage of it. And if you can add a raised planter like this and put pretty things in it, then why not, right? And I already have drip running to it, so I don't have to add anything. And I know it's an azalea, but I am going to add some rose tone because the azalea's out of bloom. I'm not that concerned about feeding it right now. I love the dragon begonia. And I think if you saw my container or watched my container video, you see why I love them so much, especially come August. They continue to put on a beautiful show. Only thing I'm not crazy about with begonias is sometimes I'll buy what I think is pink flowers, and then they'll turn some kind of red color or something like that. And I don't know if that's due to soil type or what causes that, but that's the only thing I am not crazy about. about dragon wing begonias. They really like to dry out in between waterings. They will take morning sun, afternoon shade, but definitely not a lot. Actually, I would not recommend any afternoon sun. But these are the perfect conditions. They'll handle the heat and they'll handle the drought. They do especially well in containers. I have tried a couple in the ground, not as successfully, just because you can't control the environment, obviously, as much. I do think this will be pretty. It's not filled out right now, but they grow so fast. And I do think the color, which is kind of like a corally pink, and like I said, if it stays this color, I think it'll look really pretty. I have a coral canna lily coming up over there. Let me just get a little bit closer so you can see that pretty color. So I'm hoping those two kind of play off each other. I think that'll be very, very pretty. And also it is behind the Mystic Spire, so it'll have that blue. And then behind the Japanese maple, it'll be peeking through. I hope it'll be so pretty. Also, when I talk about our drainage, this is how bad it is. This is our driveway. But thankfully, the river rock that we did to the front sidewalks, that is working. So the sidewalk is clear, thankfully. But when this pump filled up, it just takes forever to drain this water. That's the problem with clay soils. You can see the sidewalks doing great. All right, let's get the wet back. Since I'm not going to be vacuuming up water, I'm going to leave that filter on there. Let's see. I always forget which way it goes. This is one of the things I need to set the sprinkler up. I put a new hanging basket right outside my back entrance gate. I have drip already installed down there, but it's not long enough. So I just need to extend it a little bit so it can water this basket here. My Texas Star Hibiscus has some blooms. Look at that. I can't wait. Has several blooms. And then y'all look down there. I put a cute little cutting. Look how big it is already. That is my Katrina Rose, my Peggy Martin. And I hope I don't regret it. I probably will. It is raining right now, so we're going to be all up close and personal. Can you all hear it? There's nothing better than rainy days in the spring because we know it's going to come to an end. I've started taping this. I know everyone has to have one of these and they're constantly breaking. So I started duct taping the seams and it seems to be holding a lot better. We seem to go through them way too often. And I'm sure they make them that way on purpose, hoping you'll buy new ones, but I think that'll be the end of it. Oh, look at this purple Kapow lavender garden phlox. I planted that in my front yard last week. It has no blooms on it, so I'll be excited to see just how lavender they are. Also, I bought these lacewing larvae at a local nursery and followed the instructions, put them around my yard, but I watched and never saw them hatch. However, I have to say, have a few lacewing flying around me. So maybe they did hatch and I just didn't catch them. But I do tend to be lucky with lacewings in my yard anyways. I tend to have a lot. I tend to just have lacewings. I don't know why. Because this is the first year I've actually released them. But lacewings help with thrift damage. And I have a lot of thrifts on my roses. The more lacewings, the merrier. One thing my greenhouse does, it's make me very lazy about my garden cleanup because I know I can just put it in here. But once summer comes, I have to get my things out of here because they will melt beyond use. And that's something, unfortunately, I learned by accident. I left a lot of my seedling materials in here and they melted so much so that I couldn't use them anymore. So now I know I have to get in here, get it cleaned up for summer. And I am wanting more of a vintage look on the floor. So I'm not expecting perfection. I'm not even going to seal it because I actually think the dirt rubbed in is going to be pretty cool looking. I was vacuuming this out and two little friends jumped out. I won't hurt you, buddy. I won't hurt you. There's his other little friend behind on the fan. Ah! That's the big ones. The other one went in the tube. If I could get him to go in the tube, I could let him outside. I love my lizards. I just don't like to hold my lizards. Go in there, buddy. Oh my goodness. Come on, go in. Let's see if I can go let the other one out. Is he in there? Yes, there he is. Okay, let's go let him out. Oh. I knocked it a few times. There we go. Go on your little merry way. All right, let's go catch this other one. Oh, how am I going to get him in here, guys? You know what? I'll get him in here. This is what I'll do. You know, I will hold many things. I'm too afraid of lizards. So let me see if I can get them to fall into here. And then that's perfect. Come on. Go in. No, don't go up there. Go in here, babe. Go in here. Come on. Go in here. In here. Go in. He's in. Let's let him out. Maybe let him out near his little brother or sister, whoever that was. Spouse. So wait till I'm unzipping. This is my little monarch habitat when I find monarchs, little eggs in my yard. All right, go on out, friend. Go on out. There we go. Also want to be clear that I am not telling you how to use your concrete sealer because I won't be following the directions today, but I did buy This is concrete and garage floor paint, and this is the color Cactus. It's kind of a Kelly green color. And again, I'm looking more for a vintage look, and I'm not trying to seal my concrete blocks. I'm just trying to add some color and cuteness. I'm just going to test out one block before I move on. I also need to wait and let these dry, but I'll try the dry blocks first. And I'm kind of thinking that I will do every other one. So I will start here. And I got this on Amazon somewhere. I'll try to find the link and link all these products if you want to replicate the look. Okay, I'm just going to tape it down. I need to be a little bit careful about pressing it on. I'm not going to press too hard because I don't want it to run through the cracks. But this will just be our tester. And we'll pull it off and see how it looks before I do the rest. Okay, I think I'm going to peel it up while it's wet. And that way, if there's any mistakes, I can fix them. Oh my gosh, that's going to be so cute. So cute. All right, let's let that dry. Oh my gosh, I love it. Something I didn't anticipate was having to clean this off after each one. Do you see the paint on the backside? And I don't want that. So I'm going to have to just go find a big sheet or towel that I can clean this off after each one. And then we'll keep going. So far, so good. Let me show you from this view how cute. I want to show these to you. These are the best things ever. These half rounds. They're caught on my hanging hook there. My coneflowers in the front yard are falling over, and when you grow tall things, you want them to be tall for a reason. See, here's why. The drainage. Look at my driveway. How messy. Every single time it rains, that's what it looks like. All right, so we're going to be doing a couple of things. It looks like my snapdragons have gone to seed. I'm just going to cut them back because they usually come back for me in the fall. See the seeds? I don't think they're ready just yet. You would want the stem to be brown, not green, and see how the stem is still green. And I don't want these seeds. There is, however, look in there. Look at all the seeds in there. There is a salmon snapdragon in the back that I want to save the seeds, but not these. The liatris is coming in right next to it, right here. This is liatris. Beautiful purple bloom. You can see my bee balm over there warping in the rain, and I don't expect it to stay down, but I will stake it just to make sure it doesn't break. Coneflowers, I definitely don't want drooping. And what happened over here was one of my crepe myrtle branches fell onto the coneflowers. So I'm hoping it's not completely broken. It's not looking good. But I'm going to stake them just to kind of keep them in their place as well. I don't want them falling over. All right. There's a bunch of baby clone flowers there from last year. I need one more stake. So a lot of these are reseeds. This is yellow profusion zinnia from last year, and it just kind of stays low and fills this area. And this is all purple Echinacea purpurea, the purple coneflower, reseeds all over. And they are starting to bloom right now. I'm excited. They're full of buds. That's Magellan zinnia. It's a really beautiful, tall, pink zinnia. And then here's the red bee balm. Gorgeous. And then look at the amazing daisies right now, y'all. Insane. Here's what else I'm going to do. I'm going to top off my salvia here. You don't have to do it. They'll reflush anyways, just definitely not as profusely as if you would leave them, because they will go to seed. And I love these salvia. I put them all in my backyard in our new pollinator beds because the pollinators also love this salvia. So I'm just going to trim them into nice little balls, shape them a little bit. But I'll come back later today and hopefully we'll see it standing straight up. I wanted to show you overnight how it looks. Now that I see it, I'm wondering if I should do a solid green in between. So I'll wait and determine that after I finish it. I'm excited. I've got several things going on. First of all, I'm waiting to hear from this marketplace find. I spotted this garden gate on Facebook Marketplace. Isn't that gorgeous? Antique 1900s architectural salvage wrought iron gate. Let me see if I can expand the picture so you can see the details. See the fleur-de-lis at the tops? And that is so in theme with my garden. So I'm hoping to hear back from this person. And the second is my daughter is getting engaged and we have a surprise party for her this Saturday. So I'm looking around my yard to what I can harvest for a few floral arrangements. It's exciting, very exciting. She has no idea it's happening. Well, she says she has no idea, but it looks like I'll be able to do some yarrow, some arleia, and then some of my zinnias are looking about ready to harvest, looking pretty big. So I should have a few zinnias ready to go. Oh my gosh, look at the color of this one. And then the snapdragons, still a few of those in bloom. Look at. Oh, a lot of the petals fell off with the rain. Darn. Oh, isn't that so pretty? Here's another one. Exciting times ahead. I'm going to let these go to seed and I'm going to try to save these seeds because this color is just beautiful. All right. Enough with the distractions. Look, I can't even get into my greenhouse. All right, here we go. Let's finish this baby up. definitely better than it was. Let's go look and see if it's all dry in here. Yes. I'm not sure that it has the look I wanted it to. I have to think about this. Right, clearly this is the key. You need to have boiling water, and you want it boiling because it's going to cool off so quickly. This vinyl tubing will flex once it sits in the boiled water for just a couple of seconds. It's so much easier and saves so much time when trying to set up your drip. This one might be watering the juniper. Yeah, so I guess I will just start a new station on the little thing right there. It's just easiest to just let it sit, and what I'll just cut out both sides actually, and not have both sides sitting in it. Let's see. So it probably needs to be about that long. So much easier. There. All right, just run it up. Hey, y'all. Well, I am not happy with the final result. So, change of events. I did not quite get how all the gray stone would kind of bring down the look. Another change of plans. I'm talking to the camera because Rob came in and we've decided to, I was concerned about the white on the floor because of just how much the concrete stains. We store our plants in here over the winter. So I was concerned about having white, but he thinks it will be okay. So what I'm going to do is checkerboard. It's going to be a lot more work, but I'm going to do green and white checkerboard. And then once that's complete, I'm going to decide if I like it and if I want to go ahead and add white stencil on top of the green part. So complete opposite of what I was planning to do from the beginning. So that's the new direction this is going to go in. And yes, it will be a lot more work. But I'm hoping we'll be happy with the results in the end. You have any suggestions on like how I'm going to paint these? Because I don't want to get it on the wood. You think I need to pull them out?
Painter's tape. Oh, we get that big.
Painter's tape, but the problem is going to be like right here on the seam and stuff. Are they kind of going under the wood, or they look like they are a little bit, huh? Painter's tape, or what's the other? I could just use this, I guess. All right, that's it. Okay. Between you and I was hoping he would offer to take those out so I could paint them, but he didn't, so I'm not going to ask him. Nothing. All right, it won't be long that I'm going to have to stop because the sun's out and it's already getting so hot. But I do think this is going to work. It's going to be a lot cuter than what I had originally planned. So I'm going to just finish up the green today, and then tomorrow I'll come out and do the white. And then from there, I'll decide if I want to go ahead and keep going with the stencil or call it quits with the checkerboard. I think the white's going to be a lot harder because I'll have to pay a little more attention to details. I'm roughly going in with the green, but I'll have to start using tape and stuff. So again, it's a lot more work than I thought, but I think I'll be happy with the final results. It'll be super cute. My vitex is still not back to normal, but it is coming up. I need it to come up because that's what shades my greenhouse. So this is where we're at. It looks so cute. It looks like a little old-fashioned grocery store. Once again, I am going to change it. This time I'm planning on putting the green stencil on the white. So it'll be like that. And hopefully that's the last time I change my mind. And I may even be able to get done with this today because it looks like everything's drying. It's so hot in here. So if it continues to cool off, I'll get done with that this afternoon. On my second day lily, which is a complete contrast to the first, is in bloom. So this is the Midnight Majesty, and I don't remember the name of this one. Look at them side by side. Isn't that a pretty little contrast? All right, let's see. Anything else? The drift roses are coming in pretty nicely, actually. I'm getting blooms. We have been getting so much rain that they are kind of suffering a little bit with black spot or some kind of fungus, powdery mildew maybe. I haven't had to really treat that before. That hasn't happened on any of my other drift roses, so I think it's just because these are trying to get established. Maybe they're just not as strong of a plant just yet. Oh, yes, the little verbenas. Check it out. These are from seed. They were just little babies when I planted them, but look at them now. So it's going to be hard to show this on camera because it's such a whimsical, graceful looking plant. But this is just the beginning. This is a really bad area for drainage. I'm hoping that we don't get any more rain because I'm not sure how much more my plants can take over here. But see my dill, look how, maybe I need to get it higher in the ground. The other two are doing okay. This one just might be too deep. Some of the new growth looks healthy. Don't know what that's all about. The tick seed looks good. Gladiolas are filling in. I don't see any bud formation just yet, but hopefully very soon. Let me take you around to the hydrangea. Beautiful. And then, and the butterfly bush starting to open up. Nothing yet from the lion's tail. I don't even see buds forming. Oh yeah, maybe some baby little buds in there. All right, let's go check out the eclipse hydrangea. The Shirley's bouquets in bloom. But look at the eclipse hydrangea, how gorgeous. So pretty. Peach canna lilies. Look at them hiding behind this oak leaf. I love that color. And then what did I tell you guys about the dragon wing changing colors? Look at it today. Doesn't it look red? See that? It went from pink to red overnight. I don't know if it's the soil I planted in or what causes that. But if I had to guess, it's our alkaline water. Also, here's an update on the container garden. I wanted you to see the Belinda stream. And I think let me go around from the other side where you can see how many blooms. And then the beautiful hydrangea here. But look at from this side. This is where all the sun, so many pretty blooms. Isn't it beautiful? And then take a look at this container as well. Isn't that so pretty? And then I don't want to spin around too fast, but the clematis is also still in bloom. And I think I told y'all a mole dug right through it, killed most of what was going through up here. And he's still active. I just smushed a whole bunch of new tunnels down here. But by cutting the old growth, I'm having tons of new growth. And you can see the blooms on the new growth here. This is one that blooms on old growth and new growth. So Hopefully it won't affect it too much. Anyways, that guacamole hosta. Look at that thing, how huge. Look at that. Gorgeous. All right, we're coming along to the end, guys, and I'm going to do one square and see how it looks, like everything, before I keep going and change my mind again, right? Oh my gosh, so cute. Oh, wow. All right, I'm so excited about this. I would have never guessed it'd be so darn cute. All right, I have a few last remaining ones. I'm going to celebrate and do them with you guys. All right, friends. All right, look how cute. So I think the last thing I need to do is cut the stencil in half so that I can get the edges. Not quite sure how I'm going to do that. Maybe I won't cut it. I might just tape off how much I need so that I can get the little pieces on the top and the sides. Oh my gosh, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, everybody, it is a beautiful Monday morning. And let's go see. I am finished. And I could not be more pleased. It is the cutest thing ever. Now, the problem with it being so cute is, why am I going to want to use my greenhouse and get dirt on this cute floor? It was almost easier when it was the concrete, because then I didn't have to worry about cleaning it up. But anyway, I am super pleased. There's a few details that I'm debating about fixing, but I also like the quirkiness of the mess ups. And I was going to touch them up, but now I'm not quite sure that I want to do that. So anyways, let me know what you guys think. I think it's charming. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please let me know what you think in the comments. I love hearing from you. And be sure to subscribe. You don't want to miss if I got the garden gate or not. Make sure to turn on your notifications so you can stay tuned and don't miss a video. All right, you guys have a wonderful day. See you in the next one.